Hello, and welcome to me putting my neck out. Oh. Hello, and welcome to me bombastically going through some of my record collection. I'm going to give some bombast. Yeah, well, try not to do too much bombast because then it becomes arrogance. And this particular one I am going through is, like a bullet in a china shop. One of those. There's the china, there's a bull. Oh, look, over there it is. Oh, half price. Anyway, this is YMCA. Village People. Don't worry, I'll go west later on. Yes, go west, young man. Oh, thank you for calling me West. Anyway, so I shall. You've got the Australian pressings that sort of have the RCA label like that. Scrunch, scrunch, scrunch. So this is the Australian pressing to Macho Man. Yeah. Me singing about something I'm not. Then you've got the Australian pressing to San Francisco. No, they didn't want to wear flowers in their hair. That was another time. Ooh, it was stuck. What's going on? What? Oh. It's stuck on something. Oh dear. Oh. What? Blue tack. The things I find when going through these bloody things. Was blue tack. Obviously they didn't want the B-side Fire Island to require assistance. There's blue tack there too. What in God's green? Can you tell I buy them and just put them away if I'm a fan of the artist? Well, you learn something new every day. Maybe the previous owner didn't want to go to San Francisco because it already got them. Wow, I'm gobsmacked by that. Yeah, alright. Hopefully the next lot will be less hassle. So the next one, I don't think they're in chronological. The next one happens to be YMCA. And this happens to be from Belgium. Just spit it out there. Spit a bit of Belgium out there. Yeah, this is from Belgium on the Philips label. Oh, he's over there on the same label as Peters and Lee and Lobo. Okay, next up is the UK copy or British copy of Go West. Looking at you here, I don't know which direction west is. It all depends on where your screen is. For me, Go West could be there. Yes. Nothing says dental hygiene like having a screwdriver in your mouth. Couldn't order the martini, so had to go for some metal instead. Rock on. And so, going from the YMCAs and going west and all of that sort of stuff, we now find ourselves in the Navy. But they wanted to go west in the Navy, or go west to go in the Navy, or in the Navy to go west. Either way, same photo. Oceanography, what? Right? That's what happens when you go in the Navy, I guess. And next up, we have the UK pressing of Sleazy. Yeah. Just to give a little bit of that sort of late 70s debauched action going on. Sort of ramped up the old canola oil there, didn't they? So, how do you want to look, boys? Like we've just dived into a vat of olive oil. Then go out into the sun and show everyone your instruments. Well, they have to show them to you because they certainly couldn't play them. They look like Lego action figures. Like, oh, so, of all things, yeah, Lego action figures on the cover of a track called Sleazy. Yeah. It makes you wonder what the rest of the Lego Action house would look like, doesn't it? Or would it be a camper van? Stuck on the top. Oh, nothing worse. And this is the Australian pressing to Sleazy. Just a promo thing there. I just thought I'd sort of make it all shiny and stuff like that. Just a bit of reflective type thing there. So yes, if ever I'm out and I want to sort of have a couple of headlights, I'll just sort of do something like that. Yes, I'll shine my village people on you. Also, yes, of all singles, yeah, shine the Sleazy. There we go. Have a bit of a sleazy shine. Look at that. What are there any rainbows or any weird effects from that? Oh, hang on. Cue edge detector. Thanks. Aren't you glad I did that? Alright, back to normal. Is the Australian pressing for Ready for the 80s. So by this stage we were ready for the 80s. Yeah, but were the 80s ready for us? Mind you, with what happened in the 80s, I don't think we were ready. Yes, not to be outdone, there is the British copy, and if you look closely you can see that it was £4. That price was because I bought it second hand. I don't think you'd be expected to pay that new. Ooh, they're looking so menacing. They're showing us that they're getting ready for the 80s. They're getting ready for the 80s. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, they're getting us ready for the 80s. Looking at that, making us think, oh dear, oh dear. Next up is the UK pressing for Magic Night, which makes it sound like something to do with mushrooms, but it's not, honest. Oh, look at that. They're looking like they're ready to... Yeah, well, the collective of them would... And it's Super Village flying over Hollywood with their Magic Night because they were ready for the 80s because they'd been sleazy. Or maybe they're going west. That's what's happening there. Maybe they are. They're going west for their Magic Night. Good grief, could I be more hokey with the song titles if I tried? And next up, we have the German copy of Can't Stop the Music, backed with Milkshake, you know, because it brings the boys to the yard or whatever it is it's supposed to do. So yeah, we've got You Can't Stop the Music or whatever. I'd need to stand up for it, but I couldn't be bothered. You can't stop the music, nobody. Oops, I'm going into a bit of Mel and Kim there. I think that was the point where people wished that you could stop the music, was when Mel and Kim came on the scene. A couple of Australian pressings coming up just quickly there. The 7-inch single to Magic Night there. And when they kind of decided to go a little bit new romantic on us, they thought, oh gosh, hang on, we better get this Duran Duran thing happening with Do You Want to Spend the Night? Because this was when they really were getting ready for the 80s by being action men and spruiking a bit of doing a bit of advertising there on the B side as well. I wonder if they had fries with that. Looking at that, I'm sure there was a few shoestrings going on. One of the next singles, it's the Australian pressing, but this had a picture sleeve to it. Fox on the box. Who is that lady? Yeah, Fox on the box. She wasn't on the run this time, she was on the box. It's a bit of a worry. I wonder what kind of fox. How about Samantha Fox? No. But yeah, that picture is truly as bad as they've done. They've put far too much sharpness. Maybe it was the effect, or maybe it was just a mistake. And they've, oh, let's just keep it. It looks arty. This is from 1982. They were doing things like that back then. Fox on the box, a scream and everybody rocks. Yeah, you could do it. A foxing, take your fox and hide your box away. Just as long as it's kept warm, that's the main thing. Next up is the Australian pressing Sans picture sleeve of America. Yes, not a cover of the Neil Diamond song. Ooh, at least I don't think so. Better just check these things. No, it's America. America. So that was their little do for America about a year before Bruce Springsteen told us he was born there. And on the B side, if you were so desired, you could have the instrumental version. You can, it's like there was an early version of karaoke. You'd put it on your record player and sing along with the instrumental. Is also a good way of them not having to do a B-side. Very cheap. Next up is the Australian pressing to New York City. And by this stage, they were getting kind of, well, for them, sort of demure, really. You've got this sort of like little bow tie thing happening, and they're clothed. Well, yeah, more than usual anyway. But yes, we've got that 80s bandana happening. Mind you, knowing them, it was probably more taken from Olivia Newton-John than Duran Duran. Lucky Last, standalone single, Living in the Wildlife. That's one of theirs from 1989. Still trying to stay in character, but still being 80s as well. Could those trousers be any more... Yes, it's the new brand of trousers. It was called the Eunuch. I've just got visions of him trying to squeeze himself into those things, and oh, that explains the look on his face. Yeah, it's like, I did it! Oh, that's good, mate. Only took you about 2 hours. Well done. Gee, after wearing those trousers, I think you'd probably more have a voice that would
sound like this when you're singing about living in the wildlife.
It's actually a really awful song. Anyway, that's the end of that. Well, I can start from the beginning, being a macho man, being the macho man that I'm not. So anyway, that was the Village People things that I have as the 7 inches. I couldn't be bothered going through all those hokey 7-inch jokes because I really can't think of any actually. Oh, there's 7 inches of Village People. Oh, that makes for small houses, doesn't it? Ooh. Don't you mean cottages? All right. On that
B-flat note,
I shall trundle off. Please do all the likes and subscribes and the bells and the whistles and all of that sort of ooh-dah type stuff. Ooh, where did I get ooh-dah from? Probably a lyric from one of those songs. Ooh, ah. I think that was them. Anyway, please do all the likes and subscribes and the bells and the whistles and all of that sort of stuff. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. Please take care of yourself. And hopefully I shall see you in the next one. I got my order all around the wrong way, but the sentiment's there. You take care, alrighty? Ciao.